Hey guys, welcome back to another episode Up and Running. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Lincoln, but we're going to move on to this 1974 Chevy Blazer. This truck actually belongs to Ed. He started this a bunch of years ago, and I think I've shown it before in a video undercover. But anyway, we're going to pull it out and start to work on it now. I hope you enjoy it. Alright guys, we're going to jump back into this project. This is something that Ed started probably 6-7 years ago, and then it ended up sitting for quite a while. So, basically this was a complete, fully assembled 74 Blazer, and it's something that Ed and I went and pulled out of someone's yard. It was just sitting there. The nice thing about this Blazer is it was super solid. That's really what this Blazer had going for it. It had been sitting for quite a few years and didn't run. And like I say, like 6-7 years ago, Ed and I pulled this out of a yard, got it running again, driving. We were able to take it around a block, and then Ed started to tear into it. We did put two rear quarters on this. This one was a new one, and the one on the other side was pulled off a parts Blazer that we had. There was just a tiny bit of rust in those, and these were super solid, or the one we put on over there was super solid. This one over here was new. But anyway, past that, I mean, these are the original doors and front fenders, and so this was a really solid Blazer. Let's go outside and take a look at the parts Blazer so you can see. It's another one that I found for Ed. So let's go out and take a look at that. So this is the parts Blazer out here. You can see this one's not as nice, although realistically this one would have still been probably restorable. But it had a lot of the stuff that we needed on it for that one. So we took the rear quarter off of this Blazer and put it on the other one. This one does have a little more rust compared to the other one. It's got the typical front right fender issues, but really overall the floors weren't bad in this. There's just a little bit of rust, but this one had sat outside a long time and had a lot more issues, so we decided to part this one out, and it's got a lot of good stuff on it, so there'll be a lot of parts pulled from this. Here you can see the other side of it. This rear quarter is not too bad. The worst part of this is it does have some issues at the top of it. The one on the other side was really nice. The doors on this are probably savable as well. There's just a little bit in that corner, and there's a dent. That dent would mainly pop out. You can see this one's been sitting outside a real long time. There's just a little bit of rust in the rocker on this one and the floor. So that's why this one ended up being a parts truck. This one still does have its engine in it. It's a 350. It's too bad the hood is pretty straight on this one. It's rusted out in both corners. So anyway, so that's a little bit on that Blazer project. I wanted to give you guys a heads up. What we're going to be working on is aligning all the panels. Ed basically painted all the jams in it and everything already, so that part of it is done. and so we're going to be aligning panels and then painting the outside of the truck. So I don't know how much of it we'll get on tape or if that'll get put on hold again. It's all going to come down to mine and Ed's schedule, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, today we're going to do a little work on the 74 Blazer. What we're working on today is panel alignment. So we're, these things were horrible from the factory, so we put the doors on and we're just working on getting the panels aligned the way they should. You can see here it's nice and uniform all the way up, and then it gets wide at the top because they didn't really align the doors to the rear quarters on these things. These things were always kind of funky in this area right here as well, but we got that one as best we could. That's kind of what a lot of this is getting it as best you could. I know I didn't film a lot of panel alignment because that's about as fun as watching paint dry. So, but overall, it's coming out real well. This is a really solid truck, so that's really nice. It's always good to start out with something that's super solid to begin with. So there's no rust issues in here. This is a factory front right fender here. If you get down in here and look, you can see there's no rust on it. All of those rust out right there, and this one's really nice. There's no bodywork or filler in this panel at all, so it's really nice to find one that's this clean. A lot of times the firewalls rust out at this seam right along here. You can see this one's really nice. It doesn't have any rust issues. That was not painted, so that's the way it was. So you can see that's a really nice firewall. Again, this is a factory fender, and it's in really nice shape. It's a really nice core support. A lot of times these will rot out too. You can see the windshield channel, really nice on this truck too. These rear quarters are perfect on this thing. Again, this is all really nice. All the floors in this Blazer are super nice. There's no rust on them anywhere. more, and you look at this body line, it's just slightly low yet. And let me show you what we were doing inside here with the tape. We were marking the hinge with the tape as to where we thought it should be. So, because whenever you loosen the bolt, things kind of flop around. So that's what we did there. We need to go up just a pinch yet on the door itself, and then everything should be good. The gaps are pretty good at this point, and so we about got it under control. Stay tuned next time, we're going to keep working on the Blazer. Enjoyed the Blazer. We're going to keep working on it in the next mess around with it, and next, come back.